Hi everyone, welcome back to this tutorial where we build an open world survival game, and in this video we'll just continue what we have done in the last one. So we make the player interact with different like items in the world, like a rock or a tree. But if the player have like a pickaxe, he cannot interact with the tree. But if he does have like pickaxe, he can interact with the rock. For example, as you can see over here. So the player has a pickaxe. This is a pickaxe. So as we said earlier, so this is not a axe, it's a pickaxe. So if we interact, the player will equip the pickaxe and interact with the item. And this is a different object. It's a rock, but it's not. So when we interact, we cannot interact with it. And this is it for this video. So this is it for this video. Let's jump into it. So we go to the system and pickup system and gathering mining. And here we need first. Let's collapse this node first. So collapse nodes, set variables, and so after we set the variables, we need to get the tool needed for this target, and we see if it's in the quick bar or not. To do that, we need first to get the quick bar. So get controller from actor info and get component by class. The component is items quick bar, and let's promote it to a variable, and it's going to be items quick bar. We set it here. So after this, we need to get the tool needed for this, and we need to make like so a new function here in the instruction interface. It's going to be get required tool, and we need like an output. It's going to be of type gameplay tag. It's going to be required tool tag, and let's go to the system, world items, and the base. Let's add the new variable and let's call it tool tag. It's going to be gameplay tag, and of course expose on spawn instance editable. Let's close it, but before we close it, so here in the interfaces, get required tool, and let's get the tool tag here. Let's close it, and here we get the target, get required tool. It's going to give us this tag here, and now we can get slots, and we see if any of the slots in the quick bar have the same tag as this one. So for each loop, and let's make like collapse the function, Let's call it git tool, and here what we're going to do here is valid. So before we do anything, we check if it's valid or not. And after that, find fragment by class. And for the fragment is the tool data. So browse, and here let's give it tool tag variable. It's going to be gameplay tag, and we can get the tool tag here, see if it's equal, and let's drag this here. Let's call it tool tag. We can come over here and look for tool tag, git tool tag. Let's going to have this function here. Let's do a branch, and if this is true, this is equal to this, and let's do and boolean this is not equal to this. So this is should be true, and this is true. So the tool tag it's not set to none, then we go and return here, and we need to return access, and of course the value from here, which is the index. So when the loop is end, we return false. So this is it. We get this, put it over here, and if this is true, we get this and select item. The item is going to be this, and we go over here. But if we didn't find anything, and ability, that's it. But here when we select the item, so select item, this is index, so what we're going to do is we're going to promote this to a variable. Let's call it current active index. I spell it wrong, so current active index. If it's not equal to this, let's do a branch. get this here. So if it's not equal to this, then we set the item. But if it's equal, we're going to do it directly. But if it's not equal, before we do this, let's do one thing. Which is here in select item. And what's going to do is get the attach actor and destroy it. And after that, it's going to get the new one and attach it to the player. But this is the default value, it's going to be -1. And when we remove the item, not this one, let's close this. So here we set this to -1. And to test this, we need first to go to the tools pickaxe, and we give it here items, tools, type, pickaxe 01. Let's give it this tag here. And now here in the world, we need to give this a tag. So it's going to be pickaxe for this. And let's add a new one here, and it's going to be x01. And it's going to be for this one x01. Save all and let's test this. We cannot interact with the item. We give the pickaxe, and now as you can see, we can interact with the item. And we cannot interact with this. We get here. Okay, so we have a problem here, so we need to check if this is valid before we destroy it. And if it's valid, we destroy it, but if it's not, we do nothing. So this is it. So now as you can see, interact with the item, cannot interact with the item. Equip this, we can interact with the item. And we cannot interact with this because it needs like a different item.